the 4th and 5th Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of slow gospel music on Street 91.9 FM.
IWER and Oscar B presents Breakfast Jam at Vibes Event Space, formerly Shade Nightclub, Sunday 27th October, 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Featuring popular artiste and an all-star DJ cast. Early bird tickets $300. Breakfast inclusive. Tickets available on TicketFederation.com and Cache stores nationwide, or call 620-3057 or 684-4528. Breakfast Jam at Vibes Event Space.
We don't beat girl, but we beat from bad. We beat from bad.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
This message is brought to you by Island Finance Quick and Easy Loans. Need money now? Apply online to get a response in 1 minute from Island Finance. Visit islandfinancetrinidad.com. Apply today. This message was brought to you by Island Finance Quick and Easy Loans. Apply online today. The time in Trinidad and Tobago is now 12 p.m. This segment is brought to you by Island Finance. Hassle-free, unsecured loans, no down payment, no collateral, no problem. Get up to $150,000 unsecured to live your best life with Island Finance. For anything you need, visit a branch near you and live your best life today. This segment was brought to you by Island Finance. Get up to $150,000 unsecured to live your best life.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
News from the Street 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon, I'm Chanaka Phipps, and this is the news on the Street 919 FM. In the headlines, Laurel Lazama leasing resigns. Cuban boy case gets called off. School teacher to contest Maruga seat. Medal awardee calls for the steel pan to replace the recorder at schools. Opposition leader claims government continues to fail on security. And internationally calls for immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. On top of the news, an announcement was made on Wednesday from the Office of the Prime Minister of the resignation of Laura Lazama Leasing and the appointment of former Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Ansel Dennis as government senator. Dennis is the PNM's Tobago Council leader. Lazama Leasing resignation comes after recent reports of an interim court issue protection order filed against her by her estranged husband, Darren Leasing. A newspaper report on Thursday said Leasing, through her attorneys, had written the Prime Minister appealing him to not fire her as a government senator. Leasing has categorically and emphatically denied that she is capable of such a horrendous act of domestic violence alluded to by the public after an interim court order was made public on September 24th. Attorneys have since issued a pre-action protocol letter to social media blogger Rhoda Barras for her publication of a portion of the order and entertaining comments on her news source page on the Facebook platform. Attorneys from the firm of Hove and Associates were finalizing a similar pre-action protocol letter to a media house. In more news, Yasmani Garcia Rodriguez, more commonly known by his social media username Cuban Boy, illegal entry charge has been discontinued by the DPP. Rodriguez appeared before Magistrate Karian Bayer on September 25th when the notice of discontinuance assigned by acting DPP Sabrina Jaglal on September 24th was tendered into evidence as an exhibit. Rodriguez was arrested earlier this year and charged with illegally entering Trinidad some 8 years ago. At September 25th hearing, court prosecutor acting Inspector Luke and the police file on the matter was sent to the DPP's office and reviewed. He said a decision was taken in the interest of justice to discontinue the matter. Immediately after being told the case was discontinued, an elated Rodriguez said, "Gracias, thank you very much. I am not a criminal. I have a family. I haven't done any crime. I come to do good things in Trinidad." In further news, a school teacher has been picked to contest the seat of Maruga Tableland and for the People's National Movement in the 2025 general elections, a seat the ruling party desperately wants to wrestle away from the control of the United National Congress. The current MP is UNC's Michelle Benjamin. Atwater was chosen yesterday evening after facing the party screening committee at Balize House in Port of Spain. She was one of the several people considered for the seat that analysis have projected to be one of the marginals in the upcoming general elections. Atwater, who is the Dean of Discipline at the Maruga Secondary School, came to PNM's headquarters with the biggest entourage of any of the potential candidates. Supporters came with banners and red t-shirts with her name on them. The United National Congress won the seat in 2020 with a margin of 1,072 votes. The PNM secured a victory in the Lengua Indian Walk district of the constituency in last local government election. The other constituencies which candidates were screened for last evening were Kamuto Manzanilla and Faizabad. Both are also held currently by the UNC. Meanwhile, in news, the Dovon Stewart Hummingbird Medal Silver awardee and musical director of the BP Renegade Steel Orchestra said he believes the country has to make some changes. He expressed concern that some schools still taught the recorder rather than the steel pan. In the music curriculum at primary schools, he said the national instrument should replace the recorder in schools. Stewart said he taught pan classes around the world and got very welcoming and positive responses, which gave him the vibe and energy to let TNT know that other people are loving and embracing the steel pan, and so should Trimbangonians. According to his bio, Stewart is a musician, arranger, composer, educator, mentor, and source of inspiration for at-risk youths. He suggests youths go to the panyard or other steel pan learning institution to meet new people, make new friends, and play the instrument with love and unity in mind. In more news, stating the government has failed this country in terms of national security, opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissassa said, "We have been failed in dealing with the country's worsening crime situation. It is time for the Prime Minister to take the responsibility by taking up the national security portfolio." Her call came as she issued a statement in response to a shooting incident outside Malik Barataria Preschool on September 25th, which left 2 men dead and 3 others, including a 4-year-old boy, nursing gunshot injuries. Extending condolences to the relatives of the 2 men who were gunned down outside the preschool, Persad-Bissassa said this latest act of violence as yet another testimony to the failure of the Rowley-led government over the past 9 years. The reality is there is wanton lawlessness and gang violence because of government's incompetence in dealing with the problem. The blood of many innocents are on the hands Rowley and his entire government, the Sapari MP said in her statement. She condemned the act of violence and called on Dr. Rowley to take action by removing Fitzgerald Hines as National Security Minister and take up that portfolio himself. She also called on psychologists and counselors to intervene with the affected children and families. And internationally, the U.S., France, and other allies jointly called Wednesday for an immediate 21-day ceasefire to allow for negotiations in the escalating conflict between Israel and Hezbollah that has killed more than 600 people in Lebanon in recent days. The joint statement negotiated on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York says the recent fighting is intolerable and presents an unacceptable risk of a border regional escalation. We call for an immediate 21-day ceasefire across the Lebanon-Israel border to provide space of diplomacy. The statement said, we call on all parties, including the government of Israel and Lebanon, to endorse the temporary ceasefire immediately. The U.S. official said Hezbollah would not be a signatory to the ceasefire, but believe the Lebanese government would coordinate its acceptance with the group. They said they expected Israel to welcome the proposal and perhaps formally accept it when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaks at the General Assembly on Friday. Now let's take a look at the sports and the weather report. In sport, Cricket West Indies has extended congratulations to former West Indies captain Marissa Aguilera on receiving a national award at President's House on Republic Day. The former West Indies and the TNT skipper, along with former national all-rounder Navin Stewart, were among the recipients of national awards on Tuesday. Aguilera and Stewart received the Hummingbird Medal Gold, an award which recognizes loyal and devoted service beneficial to Trinidad and Tobago. The former captain was recognized for her contribution to sport on the island. Aguilera played over 100 international matches for the West Indies and captained the team from 2009 to 2015. In more sport, the Trinity College East beat Malik Secondary 3-2 during their Secondary Schools Football League Premier Division match on home turf at Arima Velodrome on September 25th. Goals from Kaleem Prince and Dexter Kroll in the first half partnered with one from captain Deshaun Plaza. In the second, earned Trinity East 3 precious points after round 5 and only their second win of the season. 2 late strikes in the final 10 minutes of the regulation time for Chiquan Phillip and Therese Manswell gave Malik a fighting chance in the end, but the hosts held on for a nail-biting triumph. And that's all for sport. Now let's take a look at the weather. Trinidad, Tobago and the remainder of the Lesser Antilles partly cloudy to cloudy conditions with scattered showers and occasional thunderstorm activity likely throughout the day. Conditions should become more settled by evening into night. The night will be fair to partly cloudy with isolated showers. Please note, gusty winds and street or flash flooding may occur in or near heavy showers or thunderstorms. In our temperature, last night we had a minimum temperature of 25 degrees in Trinidad and 27 degrees in Tobago. Our maximum temperature today is 33 degrees in Trinidad and 32 degrees in Tobago. Our seas are slight to moderate with waves between 1 and 1.5 meters and occasionally up to 2 meters in the leewards and open waters and up to 1 meter and occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. Recapping the headlines, Laurel Azama Leasing resigns, Cuban boy case gets called off, school teacher to contest Maruga seat, medal awardee calls for the steel pan to replace the record at schools, opposition leader claims the government continues to fail on security, and internationally calls for immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm Chanaka Phipps. Do have a wonderful day.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Bargain Bonanza. Get up to 20% off appliances and mini appliances, up to 20% off smart TVs, 20% off bedroom collections, up to 30% off dining and kitchen furniture, up to 40% off mattresses, up to 50% off outdoor furniture and more. Plus a shop combo deals galore. Buy now, pay later with affordable hire purchase plans. All Furniture Plus stores open today. Check press and social media for details. This Friday is the ultimate football showdown. Alderman Kareem Marcel and Renewing Hope Foundation present the Unity Call Football League 2024. It's time for seven-a-side football like you've never seen before. Kicking off at the Beetham Gardens Recreational Grounds on Friday the 27th of September at 7 p.m. sharp with a massive first place prize of $100,000. Up for grabs. This is a competition you don't want to miss. Registration is open now, but don't wait. The deadline, the deadline already went, which was yesterday. Check out the official social media pages, Kareem Marcel, for the registration link and more. WhatsApp 2947814. This is football. This is Unity. This is Unity Call Football League 2024. Payments just got easier with HEC because we've got more ways for you to pay your bill. Whether you're home, online, at the bank, or on the go, we've got you covered.